Good morning from Morocco. We are currently in Marrakesh at the train station and we are heading to Rabat, the capital. So come on, let's get on the train. Once we very much of the Soviet setup with all of the seats on one side and the corridor just here. We'll see what the buffet situation is a bit later. So we're on the train. You can see behind me. Oh god, that door's actually a bit open, isn't it? Jesus. The landscape's pretty flat and arid here as you leave Marrakesh. It's almost a Martian-like landscape. It will get a bit greener as we go north to Casablanca, and then after that, Rabat. So we're now in Rabat, Morocco's capital. Just arrived here in the train station. We're about 20 minutes away on foot from our hotel. It's in the middle of the Medina, the old city. Winding alleys galore, so I'm sure it's going to be fun to find. So let's head there.
Uno nunca sabe cuándo va a cambiar.
Right, so I think that we're entering the Medina now, or the old town. Things are certainly getting a lot narrower, and our hotel is slap bang in the centre of it. So wish us luck on finding it. The alleys are getting narrower and narrower, so we're now in the Zanka Sidi Kachem. In fact, the hotel's about 3 minutes away. Right, so we've arrived in Riyadh. So this is what a traditional Moroccan home would look like. So all Riyadhs are based around these courtyards, usually with a water feature, like a fountain in the centre. And any self-respecting Riyadh as well will be symmetrical. So you'll have one room facing another, exactly the same design. There's a great value placed on symmetry in Islamic architecture. And then a few more of the kind of key features of any Riyadh will be this. It's called Zalij, a kind of Moroccan mosaics. And again, these kind of geometrical shapes. You as well usually see them use this kind of plastering. I forgot what, I think this is called tefract. And they'll use this to bring a bit of a colour to the Riyadh. And as well, you'll usually see a lot of these kind of intricate, this is usually kind of wooden lattice. You can see they've done it in plaster. In this one, there's a few things that aren't quite right, really. I mean, it's not symmetrical either. You can tell it's a £50 a night Riyadh, not a £500 a night Riyadh, but still comfortable enough. And now we're going to head out after going to the rooftop just to check that out, to see the Medina of Rabat itself. Right, so we're now on the rooftop of the Riyadh, and as you can see, some people still live in these Riyadhs. So there's a lady there just hanging her washing in the Riyadh next to us, and then just beneath us here you've got what's obviously an abandoned Riyadh. And what a lot of people are doing, not just Moroccans but also foreigners and the hotel chains, is buying these up and converting them into essentially luxury B&Bs. So who knows how long that one there will remain in its dilapidated state. Oh my god. Así, acá. Es que no sé. Así? Yeah, we know. So, as you can see, Rabat is a coastal city. So, it's where the Atlantic Ocean, just over there in the distance, meets this river here called the Bouregreg River. And that is why in the 12th century the rulers at the time, called the Almohads, built this fortress here. Rabat in Arabic means fortress, and that is where we are heading. Right, so we're now entering into the Kasbah of the Udayas. So this was built in the 12th century by the Almohads, and it was a staging point for them to retake Spain from the Christians. So this Kasbah, the Kasbah is a walled city, is where they planned their expedition into Spain from, and eventually successfully reconquered a lot of southern Spain. And what I find interesting about this Kasbah is this kind of whitewashed walls, the oceanic blue colours of it, could very much be like you're in the south of Spain. And the architecture of here in Morocco and the south of Spain is really similar. Right, so we can see just over here where the river, the Bouregreg River, not there, here maybe. You can see where the river goes into the Atlantic Ocean. And just over here, you've got what was probably the front line of the fortress previously, but it's now just people surfing down there, trying to catch some waves. So we're now in the Andalusian Gardens in the Kasbah. This was built during the time of the French, but it's very much inspired by the Andalusian Gardens that the Moors, the Moroccans from here, built in Spain, in places like Sevilla, in Granada. And you've got very similar things to what you'd have in any Andalusian gardens. Take a look at this orange tree here, and yeah, this feels very tranquil. You have a lot of shade here. Obviously it's usually quite hot here in December now, it's just around 15 degrees, but it can get up to 50 degrees in the summer, and it's just a nice place to spend a tranquil moment or two away from the hubbub of the Medina of Rabat. Right, so you can see the Kasbah there in the distance. We're back in the Medina, the old town, and we're now on the biggest street in the old town. So this is called the Avenue des Consuls, and in the 18th and 19th centuries, this is where the diplomatic consuls would meet to discuss the issues of the day. As you can see now, it's a place where traditional wares are sold, from carpets to leatherwork. Just up there, Morocco is very famous for leather, to little straw baskets with Chanel logos on. Not quite sure about that, but yeah, we're going to have a little wander around. Right, so rumour has it that there is a strange doll museum deep in the Medina. So we're on the hunt. I think that we've arrived. مساء الخير. مساء الخير. لاباس. مازال محلول؟ مازال واخا حنا جوج. شكرا بزاف. Ta femme. Votre femme a commencé la collection.
C'est ça qui a commencé la collection.
Un
cadeau de son grand-père, il avait 4-5 ans.
Elle a 4-5 ans.
Elle l'a gardé. D'ailleurs, cette poupée est toujours là.
Depuis intéressant.
1965.
Modèle intéressant. Oui. Il y en a beaucoup alors.
Oui. Donc, la collection est née en France,
Ouais.
mais elle a grandi ici.
Elle a grandi ici. Elle est née en France, elle a grandi ici. Où en France?
Depuis 1985.
1985. Ok. Voilà. Où est-ce qu'a commencé en France?
Lyon.
Voilà. D'accord. J'allais faire une petite vidéo aussi, oui, pour expliquer.
Moi, je dis, n'oubliez pas de regarder les trucs comme ça. Parce que ça, les poupées, j'ai fait collection et ça, j'ai fabriqué moi-même.
Aussi.
Les miniatures, il faut regarder ça aussi. Il y a ici,
d'accord.
il ne faut pas oublier de regarder.
D'accord.
Là, ils regardent.
Ok.
Voilà.
Intéressant. So, right, so we've made it into the doll museum. So this is one of the biggest collections of dolls in the world, about 2,500 of them. It was started in 1945 and they are all dressed in traditional costumes from around the world. So we've got here the kilts, we've got here quite a fair collection of kilts just above actually, and Piper men. And over here, Lorena, we've got as well, in this corner, some dolls dressed up in Colombian dress. In the corner here, Kyrgyzstan. So you can see them in their little yurts. Oh, that's Kazakhstan actually, but yeah, very similar. And look, just down here, the lady was showing us, she also makes little displays here. So this is one of them, just baking the traditional Moroccan bread. So yeah, a kind of peculiar find here, deep in the historic centre of Rabat, but very interesting. Right, so good morning from the old Medina of Rabat. We're on day 2. So today, if we can make our way out of it, we are escaping from the Medina and we are heading into the new city. So let's go. Right, so after its initial heyday in the 12th century, Rabat was basically a backwater for about 900 years until 1912, when the French came here and decided to make Rabat its capital of the French protectorate of Morocco. And when they came here, they decided to build a city in their image with all of these big boulevards, these grandiose buildings, and the most emblematic of those buildings is this one just to the right of us here. What more of a sign of modernity than putting a post office here and a telecom building right smack bang in the middle of the new Rabat, the new Morocco that France wanted to build here. So just 10 minutes away from the Medina, and it does very much feel here like you could be walking around the streets of Paris. Right, so why did the French choose Rabat as their capital? Well, firstly, they wanted a clean break from the old capitals of Fez and Marrakesh, where there was a lot of political dissidence when the French came here in the 20th century. And secondly, this was just a quieter place. It was easier to control. It's right bang on the Atlantic Ocean, and so easy access between here and the big ports in the south of France like Marseille. Right, we're now heading to one of the biggest buildings that the French left here in Rabat. Right, so we've now arrived at St. Peter's Cathedral. So this was built in, you can see there, Anno Fund, 1921. So just 9 years after Morocco became a protectorate of France, and this was to serve as a hub for the growing number of French Catholics that came here from France. And you can see the architecture of it is quite different from that of a cathedral you'd see in Europe that might be Baroque or Gothic. It's very austere, very modernist, and the inside has got some Art Deco flair to it, apparently. So we're going to head inside and see what that's all about. Right, so this is about as much of Christmas as you're going to get in Morocco. In front of us here, the nativity scene, and just beyond that you've got a stained glass window that is very much done in that kind of modernist design, isn't it? It's quite different from the kind of gaunt Gothic bodies that you will often see in cathedrals across Europe, as is the use of light on the wall there. It's morning, it's not much light at the minute, but again, you see this in the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, the kind of use of light to show kind of God's grace. And then if we turn around, you can see some mosaics on the wall that to me almost look like kind of comic book type design. So again, very strange to see in a cathedral, but I suppose very emblematic of the fact that this was built in the 1930s rather than the 1300s. When I said that Rabat was a backwater between the 12th century and the 20th century when the French came here, that was kind of a half-truth, in that there was a dynasty here called the Alawites of kings, and they ruled Morocco essentially from the 17th century. And when the French came here in 1912, they let the Alawites stay here, and so the king remained as a key feature of the colonial era here in Rabat. فين المقبرة ديال محمد الخامس؟ على طول ليش؟ شكرا مزاح. Throughout most of the time, the king here was called Mohammed V, and at the start, Mohammed, he was very much towing the French party line, but then in the 40s, 50s, he started saying some worrying things about Morocco becoming an independent state, and he was a real figurehead actually of the independence movement here that grew after the Second World War. So he's very much seen as a hero still in Morocco. The royal family has got a huge presence here still, particularly in Rabat. They've still got their palace here. So we're going to go see the mausoleum of the man, Mohammed V himself. So let's go. Smalia Sharif. فين المدخل ديال الدارح المدخل مدخل
قال طريح
اي ديال الدارح اي شكرا بزاف
تقرا عربي
شويه
وين
اي كنت انا من انجلترا
إنجلترا.
من انجلترا ولكن كنسكن في اسكتلندا
في اسكتلندا
اي صح
اسمك
اندرو وانت
يوسف
فرصة سعيدة يوسف فرصة سعيدة
هذا الباب
شكرا بزاف يا يوسف شكرا بزاف فرصة سعيدة Hello, how are you? All good? How are you? Okay? Same place, yeah, cool. Where are you from?
I'm from China.
China. Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, cool. I'm from England. My wife's from Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah, are you enjoying Morocco? Yeah, it's cool though. Yeah, cool. Nice to see you. Yeah. Right, so we've arrived at the Mausoleum of Mohammed V. It's just in front of us here. You can see, whilst this is smack bang in the centre of New Rabat, it's very much got the old Islamic motifs. So you can't see because of the light, but that roof there is green, and the mausoleum's actually set in the same location as this tower just behind us, and this was built actually during the 12th century. You can see that it was never finished. That was built there by the Almohads, and I think what Mohammed V wanted when he chose this place as his burial spot is to show the continuity between that former Islamic golden era and a new one that was to come after independence in 1956. So let's head into the mausoleum and see what we can find there. Right, so let's head in and have a look in the mausoleum. Right, so chap chanting verses from the Quran. We've got here the Salé tiles that Morocco is very famous for. And vaulted ceilings as well, typical of any upstanding Islamic tomb. And then the tomb itself, guarded by the 4 guards in each corner, is just down here and flanked by one of his sons on each side. So there's one there and one to the right that we can't quite see, I think. Right, so just across the Bouregreg River, you've got another city, the city of Salé, with a slightly different history. So we are going to try and pop on a boat and head over there. So let's go. Salut Sharif. Ouais. Mais شيل نقطة من هنا إلى
هناك.
أي.
لا تريدون تعمل جولة؟
شيل جولة ديال درهم.
جولة ابتداء من 50 درهم.
50 درهم.
نعم.
واخا. وشيل ديال دقيقة.
لا بالمسافة.
المسافة.
50 درهم إلى تلك الحجارة.
أيه.
نعم. 80 درهم إلى ذلك المركب كبير.
واخا.
120 إلى الأودية.
واخا. وش ممكن ننزلوا تماح في السالة؟
ممكن.
إيه.
تعمل جولة وتنزل هناك.
اي.
مرحبا.
واخا. 50 قلتي.
50 مرحبا.
واخا. شكرا. اوي.
اجلس هنا من فضلك.
سميتك؟ محمد. سيمو. فرصة سعيدة سيمو، فرصة سعيدة.
مرحبا تشرفنا.
شكرا. وانت من رباط والله؟
انا رباطي.
واخا. مدينة زوينة. اي.
انت من اين؟
من اسكتلندا.
اسكتلندا.
من انجلترا ولكن ساكنين في اسكتلندا. مرتي من كولومبيا.
كيف تعلمت الدارجة؟
على الانترنت شوية. قبل ما نجي هنا. اي. لكن نص.
ماشي زوين ماشي
مزيان،
ماشي
مزيان،
بلبل ماشي
مزيان،
بلبل هاي
مزيان،
هاي
very good.
شكرا شكرا
هو يسمى واد أبي رقراق.
واخا ابو بقراق
أبو رقراق.
اسمه واخا وتمح المحيط صح؟
نعم محيط الأطلسي.
يا اطلسيه
خلف الوداية محيط الأطلسي.
واخا اي شفنا البارح
مزيان.
واش انت كتصيدوا السمك الحوت؟
كنصيدوا.
اي اينا حوت هنا في رباط سردين والله
السردين كاين لادوراد
لادورات
كاين لوبار.
لوار اي انا شفت الناس تمح في المرسى وكيصيدوا الحوت
كاين.
اي وواش كاين منافسة بين الصلاة والأربعة؟ منافسة بالنسبة للكرة
منافسة.
اي
هناك حقد دفين.
دفين
يقولون معمر يعني لا يمكن أن يكون الرباطي والسلاوي حبيب.
اي بسلاح بسلاح
ولو أن يكون بورغراغ حليب.
He's saying that there's a big rivalry between Rabat and Salé, and they say when Rabatian crosses into Salé, the river will turn to milk. إيه دابا بخينا نمشيو إلى مدينة ديال سالة حيتاش شفنا المدينة ديال أربعة دابا سلة.
في مدينة سالة.
إيه.
تذهب إلى هناك وتتوجه إلى باب المريصة.
باب مريصة.
اسأل عن باب مريصة وادخل من هناك إلى المدينة.
أيه. واخا. وي. وي 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 وي. 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 وي وي وي. تقريبا. شكرا فيزا. يا سيبو شكرا. Our mate Mohammed has dropped us off in Salah, but we're in the middle of nowhere here. So yeah, I'm gonna try and locate the old Medina now. صلينا فين المدينة ديال سالا. المدينة الكريمة. إيه. لاوا نيشان. واحة شكرا. مساء الخير.
مساء الخير.
مساء كل شيء مزيان؟
الحمد لله. الحمد لله.
شال الدجاج كامل. شال.
شكله كده معلم. معلم. بطخوي.
ايه معلم. شال الدجاج. شال. سندرة من كيلو. واخا. لكيلو. بالوزن.
ايوه يا برو شو شحال فيه من كيلو.
واخا. اوكي. شكرا.
مرحبا.
اوكي شكرا. خير. هات لي ساردين واخا. تاز من أربعة بن سنة. تاري. واخا. انتريسون مثير للاهتمام. شكرا. ميرا سبب موي تاري. رويال. واخا. مساء الخير. جيش والله جيش. واخا. بيبي كاين. هاد بيبي ولد دجاج. واخا. شكرا. Right, so Saleh's got a slightly different history in the 17th century, when the Ottoman Empire didn't have any control of this region and the European powers didn't either. It essentially became a hotbed of piracy. Not just Moroccan pirates, but also European pirates hold out here too, to the extent that they formed their own republic here in Salé, and this was the capital until basically the European naval powers cut out all the piracy in around the 18th and 19th centuries. So Salé has quite a different history to Rabat. It's very much the pirate capital of Morocco. كانت عاصمة ديال كرسانة هنا صح؟ ايه
كانت عاصمة ديال
ايه عاصمة ايه مزيان ايه مترة كمان فرصة سعيدة So I mean, look at this door here. I mean, you really would think you were on the set of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Does have the feel of the old pirate capital. كيسة I know. It's a savage world, the feline world of Salé. مساء الخير. شو مزيان لاباس سافا هاد برج دموع صح؟ صح؟
ايه
واخا ايه خدي خلينا نشوفوا شوية.
ايه مرحبا.
ايه
الحمد لله.
واش نقدروا نمشوا شوية؟
سير تنهي.
We're now in the Bouregreg River, or the Tower of Tears, and this is where the prisoners of the pirates would have been kept and ransomed off or put into slavery by the pirates. So yeah, all pretty kind of barren now, but imagine what barbarities would have been committed here in the past by the pirate kings of Salé. هات مين كيفاش كنقول بالعرب الكانون صح؟ واخا انتريسون وتمح كاين كتار ديال الكانون صح؟ كول وهذا الكانون من اين كان؟
اين قرن
تمام anno domini تمام في الأرقام الرومانية صح؟
رومانيا.
ولكن ما كان نعرف الأرقام بحال هكا. إيطاليانو. مزيان. إيه تاش كانوا كراسنا من كل أوروبا صح هنا؟ في سالة من إيطاليا من البرتغال من إسبانيا. أيه. كونغو.
افريكان.
واخا. انتريسون.
بس ماروكان.
اوه تقل شوية.
حجم.
اي وفي الماضي كانت معركة أقتل كانت معركة هنا في سالة.
في سالة في قاعدين زين.
عادين شال هادي واخا ودبا الرجال كيصيدوا الحوت. اي سردين والله.
لا
حوت كبير رويال.
رويال في سمك وفي.
واخا شكرا. Look, you can see from here شنو الاسم ديال البرج تماه حسن؟
برج محمد السادس.
Mohammed Sadis. There's a Mohammed VI Tower
حسن.
just there. The Hassan Tower there where we've come from.
هذا جمع سالة.
Yeah, well Udaya تماه صح؟ And then the Udaya where we were yesterday just over there. Interesting. شكرا. كان مزيان بزاف. So we're now trying to get back to Rabat. Just walking along the walls here of Salé, trying to find a taxi. Might need to get the tram, my foot's a bit gubbed and the road needs to go to the loo, so between us we're a sight for sore eyes.